What's up, YouTube? It is your bro, Dr. Drew. I'm bringing a deck profile. Actually, first, Team Ghost, brought to you by Game Time CC, because they're awesome, and they gave me the flip camera, so we love them. Alright, Matthew Kimura is a player from my local. He brought see you later, Lindsay. He brought a Beast of the Pharaoh deck, and I've actually played against it and was super impressed because it just goes off and goes nuts. Beast of the Pharaoh Zombie Synchro deck, and he's going to talk a little about his favorite plays, talk about why he runs the stuff he runs, and let's just get into it. Go ahead and start.
Alright, so the heart of the deck is 3 Beasts of the Pharaohs.
Yeah.
The play you want to make with this is you special summon it, then you activate Infernal Reckless Summon.
Well, explain what it does first. Let's see if I can get it. With this card is sent to the graveyard for a Synchro Summon. You can special summon one level 4 or lower zombie monster from your graveyard. Which this is also a level 3 zombie monster, which is nuts. But anyways, okay, go. Yeah.
So what you do is you special summon it somehow, maybe using Zombie Master, Monster Reborn, or something, and then you chain Infernal Reckless Summon.
Yeah.
And then you summon 2 more. And then you summon Plague Spreader.
Yeah.
Without removing it, because this is a zombie deck, so you use Book of Life. So first you synchro with it for level 8, 3, 2, 3, 3, 8.
Yeah.
And then when these are in the grave, since they were used for a synchro summon, you can bring back him and then Plague Spreader again, and then you'll have 2.
Yeah. Then you just do it again.
Then you do it again, level 8.
And then special more.
Special more. You'll have a Zombie Master. Finally, you sync for 9, and then you go Miststorm and bounce all their crap.
And then you just push for game.
And then you just push for
and
game.
the other thing is that you can do crazy plays even if you don't have the Reckless, you can do stuff with Goblin Zombies, you get Nuts Advantage. I mean, let's just go through the deck.
And then 2 Card Troopers for milling. I love that Card Troopers at 2 now.
Yeah.
3 Goblin Zombie searches for almost anything in the deck. Sangan search. 3 Zombie Master. Easy to just special summon. If you have cards that are dead in your hand, like maybe you have Mizuki or something, easy way to get you to the graveyard.
Yeah. That's cool, right?
And Mizuki. For tuners, Plague Spreader, Lopo, and 3 Deep Sea Diva. And if you're wondering, Deep Sea Diva, running only these 2, only 2 tuners out of 41 cards, kind of be hard to draw. So I just use Deep Sea Diva because I can summon 1, get the other 2 tuners on the field.
Alright.
Then 3 Swift Scarecrow.
Yeah. Like I said, now I want to ask about this because you dropped this card on me and it turned the game from me winning to you winning just with this card. So why do you run this card in this deck?
Because everything in this deck is about aggression, no defense, basically. There's no Mirror Force or Torrential or anything, so I was thinking to myself I was losing because I had nothing to defend myself with. So I decided Swift Scarecrow because it's a way to just end the battle phase and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I run this over Battle Fader is because with Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Royal Oppression that people can use, Battle Fader special summons, and then they can negate Battle Fader. But since Swift Scarecrow goes to the graveyard, usually they can't negate it.
Yeah.
So it's almost a guarantee for an end battle phase.
I see. That makes sense. Alright, let's see. We got the Dark
Arm Dragon. It's just easy to manipulate darks in the graveyard.
Oh yeah, especially with Beast of the Pharaoh.
You have a lot of darks in the grave, like Goblin Zombie or Zombie Master, Sangan, Mizuki. You could always reborn them.
Yeah.
You could always manipulate your graveyard so you have 3.
Yeah. Alright, well let's get to the spells.
True Nade, just so I can make my big move. MST, just try to make the back row as clear as possible. 3 Infernal Reckless Summons.
And that's what sets the rape of the deck, right?
It sets the rape of the deck. It does. Specimen Beast of the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Or if you're... This card also has another target. You could summon Goblin Zombie, possibly. If you were desperate and just go major search.
Oh yeah, that's pretty... Yeah, you could do that. Just get a ton of pluses.
Yep. Monster Reborn, obvious. 2 Book of Life. The reason only 2 and not 3 is because sometimes I lost a duel because my opponent didn't have a monster in the graveyard.
Yeah, that's
the bad thing about Book of Life. And the card I subbed in for the Book of Life was a Call of the Haunted.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dark Hole, just get rid of stuff. Foolish Burial, dump anything I need.
Yeah.
And then Burial. Insane with Mizuki and Plague Spreader.
Okay, yeah.
Traps, 3 Reckless Greeds.
So why do you go with the Reckless Greeds?
Because with this deck you try to go for that one-hit kill, basically.
Okay.
So maybe if I feel like my opponent's about to make their big move, I'll try to set off mine and win right there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hopefully drawing Giant True Nade or something.
Yeah.
Some Judgment, just trying to negate stuff. Only 2 roll the crease, but only because I only got a hold of 2. I would have rolled 3.
So why roll the Kree over something like Trap Stuff?
Because over the course of the game, I don't really rely on my trap cards most of the time. It's mostly Book of Life, Monster Reborn, and Pharaoh Summon.
Yeah.
So decks that are heavy in traps like Infernities would cry if I played this card.
Yeah, and actually, when you dropped that on me, I was really surprised too, because you just don't expect to see this card anymore. You know, you expect for them to trap something you once, and then you'll be fine, and then they flip this, and now suddenly all your cards are dead.
Yeah.
And what's that last card? Is that the call?
And this final card's called the Hunter, just another one.
Okay. And then so, what was like one of the beastest plays you made with this deck today?
The beastest play I made was this guy had 5 monsters on the field, and I was facing an Infernity deck, and he had 3 back row, and I had Royal Decree on the field,
Which is good.
which was good. So the play I made was I did the whole Infernal Reckless Summon with Beast of the Pharaoh plus Plague Spreader Zombie. So I basically synchroed for 2 level 8s.
Yeah.
And then I synchroed for Mistworm.
Okay.
I bounced his 3 monsters. So we had 2 left in attack mode. And then the monsters I actually summoned.
Yeah, pull up the synchro so we can see.
The monsters I actually summoned in that duel were Stardust, Dark End, Mistworm. Good God, you savage.
And you pretty much did this all in one turn, I'm guessing.
Yes, I did this all in one turn.
Yeah.
The last card was Gaia because I special summoned Zombie Master, then I brought back Plague Spreader.
Okay, okay.
So the thing I did was he had Infernity Archfiend in attack mode, and he had Dark Refer in attack.
Okay.
Wait, no. What was it? He had a monster with 1800 attack on the field in attack mode, and he had a monster with 1700 attack in attack mode.
Yeah.
So what I did is I used Darken's ability. I sent one of them, the one with 18 to the grave.
Yeah.
Then I just blow out attack, and it ended up being exactly 8,000.
Well, that's how you do it right there. Alright, well, sick. Alright, well, cool, man. Well, I think this deck's awesome. I'm really surprised that I didn't look at Beast of Pharaoh more closely. I'm really impressed with what you put together with this deck because it just goes crazy nuts. Alright, well, anyways, that was maaaad Kimura. Do you have a name for the deck? Do you want to give it a name?
Let's call it Beast of the Pharaoh Synchro.
Beast of the Pharaoh Synchro. You guys heard it here first. Alright, well, anyways, thanks, Matt. That's Matt signing out, and that's your bro, Dr. Drew, signing out.